Good Monday morning, everybody. Good Monday morning. Some of you are Tuesday. Some of you future people living in the future. Some of us are living in the past too. So whatever time stream we're in, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you to everybody who is subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. And who just hang out. If you hit the thumbs up, whatever, thank you. Just appreciate it. All right, so today I want to look at, it's Monday the 9th of December for those of us in a normal time stream. What does that mean? I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting week. I think we're building up to something that's going to be really big. Hang on one second. All right, my phone was dinging a lot. So let's just pick the energy of the week. I'm going to be using my shamanic dream oracle cards. And let's just see, a lot of this deck for me is, it goes along with what I want to dream into being. In many shamanic cultures, the shamans would dream a reality into being. And we've somehow lost that a little bit, I think. And certainly the way that we've been going for the last couple of centuries, maybe, I don't know. But it seems like instead of dreaming the world into being, we force the world into how we think it should be. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths, imagine what we want, and let's see how the cards can support that dream, what we're dreaming into being. And for me, on this channel, it's all about peace, it's all about love, it's all about inclusion, it's all about dancing in between the rainbow colors. No judgment, just dance. And I go back and I think of John Baptiste when he dances to his song Freedom. And the first time I looked, I'm mesmerized by his movements. And I'm going, those are the goofiest movements. And they're just so fun. Okay. Let's pull some cards. Ooh, Lay of the Land. Wow. Lay of the Land, ancestral wisdom. The first thing that I saw here of Lay of the Land was ley lines. And I went, oh, ley lines. They're all getting straightened out. I was talking to Nancy Jean where she was saying that the ley lines are going to lock into place. The energy lines of the earth chakra grids, the earth overlaying grids. Okay, Lay of the Land, ancestral wisdom. This also to me suggests that, that we take a higher perspective of things, that we look at things and we celebrate what we can celebrate, and we let the things that we can't celebrate, we let them go for a little. We're still observing them, but we're above it. And what's going on in the full moon? Pay attention to the full moon. And some of you all many of us who watch these types of channels, we're all psychic, many of us are card readers ourselves. Pull some cards on the moon. This new full moon that's coming up. What is going on? I think it's going to be rocking and rolling. We'll see. The next card we get, the many masks, the authentic self. What mask are we wearing to hide our true selves? Sometimes we'll put on an angry mask when we're talking about the political landscape. And we forget about, who we are really. We're loving beings. And where is that in the scheme of things? And this is just my interpretation. However you think of your authentic self and the many masks you wear, as Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage, and we are just merely players. And I may have gotten that a little wrong. It was one of the masks I was wearing. The dancing on one foot, the balancing act. Oh my gosh. On the Sunday show, my Sunday with Spirit, I got so many twos. Balancing, decision making. Dances on one foot. Yeah. Ooh. The next card I get, Treasures of the Hidden Shadows. Will of the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. Sometimes when we look into the shadow side of things, we don't get to see the benefits that are coming at us. We just see the chaos, but we don't get to see the benefits. Certainly, we are living in a very chaotic time. Ooh, next card. Whale song. Resonating. And when I look at this image, it's more about staying in the circle of compassion, staying in a protective bubble, listening to your authentic self, what's hidden in the shadows, listening to who we are as human beings, who we are as light warriors. And then the final card I get is Skywriting the Fates. I got this card, I think, yesterday night as well, for a sleep card. And so I was thinking, I was going, well, if it's fated, is there anything that I can do to change it? Or is this just something that, let's just let it play out. It's karmic. Let's let it play out and see where it goes. But we have free will. So, I don't know. It's to me, this spread is just saying, let's just let it play out. Let's just see, find the things that resonate with us. It's going to be a balancing act. And I was talking to my younger brother who's here, and he is an extreme, not my hillbilly brother, my Buddhist brother, extremely liberal, extremely progressive. And he's resigned to the fact that Pumpkinhead is going to get in, and I'm pushing back on it. No, don't open up that time stream. And, so I'm like, we're arguing, and it's getting kind of tense. And I'm feeling like, hey. So I had to back away from that. We're still on the same page. He just is thinking that there is an inevitability about this, where I am not. Where these cards may suggest, let's just see what happens. Some people say, well, if it happens, it's going to be such an S show. And I'm like, you think? And then it's going to end very, very quickly. Okie dokie. We'll see. I mean, I don't want to keep projecting any of that time stream, but we're going to do a little bit of that today. And what I want to look at is going to be kind of short because I got my younger brother and we got to go back to arguing. We do it so well. Let's take a look at, so Pumpkinhead was talking to Kristen Welker on Meet the Press, I guess. I think I haven't watched. I saw a clip it, and I'm reading some news on it. But a couple of things that he said was, I have no idea what tariffs are going to do. I don't even know what the next day is going to do. And I'm like, oh my God, oh man, what are you saying? And I flash back on my dad towards the end of his life. I'm like, oh, geez. Anyway, so tariffs are going to be a disaster, and now he's admitting to it. And what is Mike Johnson going to do when Pumpkinhead says, I'm going after Congress people? Now, I don't think he's going to, but still, it's out there. He said it. The leader of the Republican Party said it. I'm going after the people in my own party who disagree with me. How does that work in a Republican House, in a Republican, just the party? How do you deal with that? How do you work with that? Let's just look at some of the Republicans with that comment. How does that work? And Pumpkinhead was in France, which was kind of weird. I saw some pictures, and I saw him walking up the steps. I don't know if it was to the cathedral or not. And it looked like he almost fell. I don't think he did. I think Macron just kind of turned him around for the cameras. He looks lost. And I was thinking about, and then, I saw Elon there. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm thinking, how would it be in an airplane ride? Both of the men don't sleep. So they're up for this whole airplane ride, jet. And Elon's yakking with ideas. Oh, we can do this, and we can do that, and we can do this. And Trump is trying to keep up with Rattlebrain from Elon. That would wear me out. I'm sure he's getting sick of that guy. Sick of him. You know how you have relatives come to visit you? Kind of like fish. They're good first day. Second day, they get a little slimy. Third day, they're starting to stink. You go, ooh. Ew. Fourth day, it's time to throw them out. I hope my younger brother doesn't listen. All right, let's look at the Republican Party. Let's look at the Republican Party with that statement. We're going to go after our own. Now, the MAGA's going, that one. Those kind of flew out. Wow. I got the whole spread, just flew out. My hands are cold. All right. So, we have the Queen of Cups hanging on to a secret. There is some calming energy, but they're defending themselves. And then I got the Nine of Pentacles being in a little garden in abundance with the slow-moving knight, with someone bringing forth a new idea, a new project, whatever that is. How does that work with the Republican Party? It feels like they're kind of insulated still from it. Curious about that Queen of Cups, because that's my Kamala Harris card. But if it wasn't Kamala Harris, because I'm reading on the Republicans, then what secret does that Queen have? And you think of the women in Congress, and it's mainly the my mind went to Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins. That's where it went first. They may have something. I'm thinking of Alaska. My hillbilly brother said, why do we even have Alaska in our country? Maybe that should go to the Russians. Oh my. He's got to lay off the moonshine. Really does. He is not a Ukraine guy. He's going, we don't need to do that. Okay, let's get into it. 16 minutes. Ooh, Republican Party divided. Divided. They're going to make a choice, right? That's a hard choice. Put the blindfolds on. Slice dice. Are you just blinded by what Pumpkinhead says? Kinda, yes. It's being challenged by the hard work, giving and receiving. Yeah, let me drop this down so y'all can see, because I think this is where we are with this. So the Republican Party, they have their blindfolds on. They have the sword of truth, and they have two truths. You know, and they're going to need to make a decision one way or another. The Eight of Pentacles to me, is an apprentice card. It's a card of diligence, sticking your nose to the grindstone, and it's another aspect of this, and this is what Libby was saying when she was doing a reading about Pumpkinhead's kids, is that they're never good enough. They're always working to be better. And I think, you know, with the new Congress that's going to be in there, if it's fully Republican, I mean, not fully Republican, but if the Republicans have the majority, as it looks, as they do now, they got nothing done. Nothing done. The American people want something. But they want it to be balanced. They want it to be fair. That's their challenge, is putting the nose to the grindstone, actually doing some work. At the base of the reading, they're being influenced and marinating in giving and receiving money. Bribes. Ooh, Queen of Cups. What is going on with this Page of Cups in the past? Secrets in the past. Information coming out of an unexpected source. Interesting. How long has that fish been in that cup? We just talked about it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right now it looks pretty good. Give it 4 days. Okay. Top of the reading. Celebration. 3 women celebrating. I wonder if Jasmine Crockett's in there. I love that woman. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You talk about a sword of truth. All right, here we go. And in the potential near future, we have the Knave of Pentacles. 2 young court cards, 2 knaves, cups and pentacles. So this guy, who's like really working at it, is coming up with a new plan that is a little balanced, especially in this card, yin yang. Yeah. That one is like so cool. Celebration. Internal position. What's going on internally the battle. I mean, they're still standing, but it's just a battle. You know, you got MTG, you got Boobert, you got all these Chip Roy and all these people that are just back and forth, not trying to work within the system. They want to break the system down. But they don't have anything in place. Okay, external. They got some legal things coming up. External position. The King of Wands. Right? And that's my legal information coming out. Hopes and fears. I don't know who, I don't think that's the Republicans. Just saying. But it is the Republicans if it's not the extreme ones. Okay? On both sides. On both sides. We got to like come together. We got to like take off the blindfold of this Two of Swords and say, all right, we can work together on some things. But the extreme, you know, it's a good way to go, that's too far. All right. And the final outcome, a release, a judgment, a letting go. Judgment card. Final outcome. Double X's. Hee hee. Dos X. Dos X's. Why do I think when I say that I go, Brett Kavanaugh, he likes beer. He's going to be released. Double outcome. The Magician. Creating something from a different point of view. And then we have information coming, new information coming that will bring forth new ideas, a new awareness. One more, because I'm not quite sure. It's just, oh, okay. Moving on to calmer waters. So there is a movement in the Republican Party, and it's about some information that's going to be coming out that's going to change things, magically change things, move things on. The top of the reading is a celebration. Let's dig into that a little bit. Let's dig into that a little bit. What's the deck? Lightseers, please. What is this Three of Cups all about? What is the Three of Cups all about? Why the celebration? The top of the reading, celebration, judgment, clarified by Magician. Moving on. What is this? What is this? Woo! Yikes. That woman just got hit in the third eye with a lightning bolt. Yikes. Maybe it's not her third eye, but I mean, even the sun looks like an eye. There's illumination. This is information. This is intuitive information that's lighting her up, that's hitting her, that's going, whoa. And maybe it's Liz Cheney, because she's on the list. Yeah. It's about justice. It's about balance. And it's about going back to a simpler time. Now that simpler time, as I just heard, it wasn't balanced justice. But we can do that with this lightning bolt from this sun, from the illumination, from the eye in the sky. it really, 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 really feels like this Republican Party is, it's going to function to a degree, but there's going to be some kind of information that comes out that is, it's going to kind of rock their world a little bit. I keep thinking of that sun card, just bam, bam. All right. Anything else that you want to say about that, Spirit? Tapping in. My cards are not wanting to shuffle, so I think that's a no. Anything else you want to say? 3 cards. Anything else you want to say? Okay. All right. Yes, they have something else. Temperance, balance. Don't go to the extremes. Do not go to the extremes. 2 of Pentacles, balance. Do not go to the extreme. The water's going to get rough. Hang on. Hang on. Secrets are going to come out. The Moon card. And again, when I say stay in the water, it's going to get rough. Those of us from Lemuria, we can go underneath the water. We can be Aquaman. We can be mermaids, merwomen. Well, anyway, Psychic Duck, what do you say? Mermaid, merwoman. He, she. All right. Psychic Duck says hello to everybody. Okay. This goes back to that introspection. Get underneath the water. We can go to the top of a mountain and we can be above it all. We can also get underneath it and watch all the turbulence above. And it's for those who have dove before and who have been underwater and look up and see either the calmness of the water or see the turbulence. It's beautiful when you look at the waves crashing from below. A little scary because you're going, crap, I got to get out of the water and I got to go through that. But while you're underneath it, it's kind of cool. And if you can stay down there long enough, as mer people do, as Lemurians can do, we'll be okay. All right, you guys. Thank you all for watching. Peace and love.